Hello everyone, welcome to True Blue Aquascaping channel. So today I am going to talk about my new 25-gallon tank for Discus. Many of my friends were pushing me for an upgrade, which I gladly accepted, and here is my tank. Isn't it beautiful? You guys must have known that earlier I had a fully planted setup. But this time I went for a bare bottom setup. I made some initial blunders which was very costly for me, and that's what exactly I am going to discuss in today's video. So although I shifted my Sun canister filter along with the existing filter substrates for the new tank, I should have let the water settle down for at least 2 days before I actually should have transferred all my fishes, the pair of checkerboard pigeons, into the new tank. So what I learned is that water conditioning is a must for any Discus tank, which I didn't follow. The second blunder was I didn't add any heater or thermostat, thinking that it's summer in Kolkata and the fish should be all okay in this weather. The biggest problem that happened here was that rain poured down like anything from the day 3 of the tank change. The pair of the checkerboard pigeons went into shock and they stopped eating, had problems in swimming and especially spreading their lateral fins. It was an impossible situation. The challenge was indeed difficult. I talked with one of the nearest aquarium keepers. His name is Sanjit Nath, and immediately decided to raise the temperature to around 29 degrees Celsius by adding a thermostat, which became a constant companion for my new tank. So after that I started treating the sick fish with Paracidol and Nutrofit Plus, and the almost dead fishes started to recover very slowly. Even today, if I am looking at them, I find them very fragile and weak. So as a beginner of Discus keeping, this was a huge blunder. I thought that the old checkerboards won't survive any long, and decided to add a new pair of blue diamonds from Sanjit. So in comparison to the checkerboards, the new pair was bigger and probably well acclimatized, so they didn't have initially any issue at all, except that most of the time they seemed to be extremely shy and very reserved in their behavior. So the old fishes started picking up feeding tetrabits, and as the head was still fragile, I continued to add Nutrofit Plus for another 3 days. I replaced the tetrabits with Hikari Biogold, which is a very costly fish food, and to be very honest, it took me around 675 rupees to get them home, and but the result was very good. The investment was very good. The fishes liked them very much and they started eating them immediately. So in the last week of September, I was tempted to bring in another pair of Discus, and this time a giant red eagle and a snake skin. These two buddies were very strong fish, and they didn't even take 4 hours to acclimatize. Later on I came to know that they belong to a local hobbyist, and from their family they landed up to Sanjit's shop. So one big lesson I learned, which I want to share with all the new starters, that while choosing your fish, you should be careful rather to check the quality of the fish, as Discus are very fragile and they take a lot of time to acclimatize with the home tank setup. So getting the Discus from Galip Street Pet Market was probably a wrong decision, although it was very economical. But if you don't check them properly, if you don't look at their quality and how much they had been adjusted, then it's very difficult to make them survive. One thing you must know that when this kind of fish are sold in packets in Gallip Street, the water parameters and temperature are never maintained as per the optimum requirement, which creates trouble when you bring them home. It's better to pay a little extra and purchase a well acclimatized or seasoned fish rather than ending up with a situation which happened to me. And most of these times an internally weak fish is being sold, and that kind of fish, for that kind of fish it becomes very difficult to cope up with the stress and change of habitats. So the best thing is that you contact your nearby seller, visit their shop, observe the fish you want to purchase, and if you feel that they are fit and strong, then you should go for the purchase decision. So another thing I would like to share with you all, that I learned that a discus tank should be absolutely neat and clean. Water should be crystal clear and free from food debris or fish excreta. For this it is essential to change the water at least twice a week, particularly by siphoning the leftovers which are accumulated at the bottom. This could be avoided if you have a very strong canister filter to pull out all the leftovers, but for my tank I believe that the previous Sansan HW603 canister filter which I had for my previously planted nano tank is unsuitable for this tank because it cannot filter more than 20 gallons of water. So I am planning to have a bigger canister filter, and right now I am not investing on it, and I will keep on changing the water as required, and let's see from the next month whether I will be able to put in on a bigger canister filter or not. So one more advice, friends, you can keep 2 more medicines, and I feel that they are an absolute necessity. One is Microlife S2 beneficial bacteria, and the other one is Tresil. The use of the first is a must during your water change along with aquarium rock salt. Of late I have also started using triple black water from Azoo as an important medicine for water conditioning of the discus tank, and I hope that this would reduce the chances of any further disaster in my tank which I had earlier. So that's all for today. I shall keep you all updated about the latest developments of my tank in the next video. Till then, thanks and good day to you all.